you can talk them back up to ask questions and things like that. So you have to remind them sometimes they'll ask you, do you really need a question? We'll answer afterwards.
Yep, got it. Thanks, Matt. All right. Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, July 16th, 2026. I call this meeting of the Trophy Club Zoning Board of Adjustment to order at 6 p.m. Let the record show that a quorum is present. Thank you guys for showing up. It's a beautiful Thursday evening. On a side note, if anyone has a phone, please put it on silence because this is a public meeting and, we are being taped. Okay, with regards to public comments. This is an opportunity for citizens to address the board on any matter pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Section 551.007. The board is not permitted to discuss or take action on any presentations made concerning matters that are not listed on the agenda. Presentations are limited to the matters over which the board has authority. Speakers have up to 3 minutes or the time limit determined by the presiding officer, 3 minutes. Each speaker must have submitted their request to speak by completing the speaker's form. Jackie, do we have any public comments?
No.
Perfect. Okay, getting into the meat of the night. Chairman, Agenda 1, item number, case number ZBA 26-001. Conduct a public hearing and consider action regarding a request by the homeowner, Sasan Hamati, for a special exception to Section 14.02.351, fencing, retaining walls, and screening, for the town zoning ordinance to allow construction of a fence along the north side of the residence located at 17 Heritage Court, South, Trophy Club, Tarrant County, Texas, 76262, zip code. The time is 6:02 p.m. I now open the public hearing. The staff report will be presented by Mr. Matt Cox, Director of Community Development. Have at it.
All right, good evening. It's a beautiful thing to see a quorum after we're going on 90 days, at least. All right, well, I'm glad all of y'all are here. Okay. 17 Heritage Court South, the property owner, as you said, Mr. Hamati. It is R9 zoning. This district requires a minimum side yard adjacent to the side street of 15 feet. So the way these typically come in is we get a permit, comes to our desk, we either stamp approved or kick it back for them to make changes, and then come back and then we approve it. There's like these 3 cases this evening, comes to our case, we have to deny it because it's something specific against one of the ordinances, whether they're requesting a variance or whatever. So the appeal process, because at that time, I'm not director of development, I'm building official. So I'm denying it. So the appeal for the building official is to come to the Zoning Board of Adjustments. So each of these 3 cases, just kind of giving you a background on why we're here for each of these 3. The request is to approve construction of a fence along the north property line rather than along the build line. So as per the ordinance in R9 zoning, you've got to build your fence on those build lines if you're on corner lots. So I'm going to show you this here. So the difference is about 15 feet. The green line is where the ordinance says that it needs to go. The purple line indicates where the applicant would like to have it. Now where this started, as y'all know, and I know you've driven past 17 Heritage multiple times, Mr. Hamani's building a brand new home. And to be able to do that, get tractors and equipment, all of that, he removed and tore down the existing fence. We've got a photo of that. So for years and years, pre-me being here in Trophy Club, this is what the community saw, was this fence just around that lot. So fast forward, he gets the house, it goes vertical. I think it was a Monday morning, we got a call that he's beginning to build this fence back up. And so he lost the grandfathering when he tore it down. Had he torn down and then started to build it, kind of tear down and build as he went, wouldn't have been a big deal on our side, on our department. But because it was torn down for months and months and months, then he's gonna rebuild it. This is where it kind of triggered. It is a gray area, but for me, our staff, we like to try to stay on the up and up. So we're gonna bring it to the zoning board. So his request is basically, he'd like to put the fence back where it had been for years. So that's basically the Cliff Note version. The notice of public hearing was distributed as required by the Town of Trophy Club zoning ordinance and state law. At the time that the agenda packet, which was 3 different times, the staff had not received any letters in support or opposition. We did receive an email in opposition, but I'm going to tell a couple of the new guys. So we keep record of if it's inside of that 200-foot, the notice that we put out. If you have people opposing to it, then we keep record of that. If there's a great percentage of opposing, then that triggers like a supermajority vote. So that's why, the reason I'm telling you, this was outside of that 200 zone. This was just a citizen that lives in Trophy Club, saw it and was opposed. So just, again, us just being transparent. Staff does recommend approval. The applicant is present, and after the public hearing is closed, we're both happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Do we have anyone that wants to make a public?
I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. The time is 6:06, and I now close the public hearing. Okay, the floor is now open for discussion among board members. This is our opportunity to ask the applicant and/or Mr. Cox any questions with regards to the question.
Just a very simple question. What was the fence material like originally when it was first put there? The original fence? What did it look like?
It was a wooden,
It
it was a wooden fence.
It was a wooden fence,
Yeah,
just whoever to ask.
Paint white.
Was it like an older white?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an older white fence that was worn.
Yeah, that's kind of my question where I'm leading into. So this is just going to be a newer wooden fence?
Brand new, yes.
Yeah, that's simple.
I do, drainage.
Yes.
Did they get a report or anything? Because once they built that house and changed the drainage pattern,
Yes, sir.
is it going to affect the neighbor behind them?
Yes, a great question. So, as with all homes, when they come in, we get an engineered grading and drainage survey done. This is approved through our engineering department. That's what they do all of their grading as per those plans.
Okay.
When the house is finalized, we're not quite there yet. We're getting close. This is part of going to help them get the house finalized. We will have another engineered drainage and grading, send that to our engineers just to make sure that matches with the original.
Okay. Do we have any comments among the board members that you'd like to discuss this project? Okay. Is there a motion to approve case ZBA 26-001, 17 Heritage Court South as presented?
I'll motion to approve.
I second.
Okay. All in favor, raise your hands. We got a unanimous decision. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Apologize for the delays. The fence, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful fence. And so we look forward to watching the house be completed. I see a lot of sighs there. Congratulations. It's very frustrating. So.
She's ready to move in.
Yes. Thank you and have good luck. Okay. Motion carries. ZBA 26-001 is approved as presented. Okay, we're going to have a slight change in the agenda. We are going to go to case number 3 because we have another fence issue. Agenda item number 3, or 2 here, case number ZBA 26-003. Conduct a public hearing and consider request by homeowner Bill Jarby for a special exception to section 14-02351, fencing, retaining walls and screening of the town zoning ordinance to allow construction of a fence beyond the required side yard build line for the residents located at 1103 Sunset Drive, Trophy Club, Denton County, Texas. The time is 6:10, and I now open the public hearing. Staff report will be presented by Mr. Matt Cox.
All right, good evening again. As you said, the applicant, 1103 Sunset Drive, this property is owned R11, single-family residential. Property contains a 25-foot building setback line, and it also has a 12-foot utility easement. Okay, when people say ZBA is not fun, these are fun, and this is why I wanted to change this up. So the first one was a fence. This one's a fence with an irregular lot. The next one's going to be irregular lot. Okay, let's go through this, because this is fun. All right. So this house was built pre-ordinance. So keeping that in mind, so you've got the house, here's the build line that the house was supposed to stop at. So again, new ordinances. So the house is hanging over 15, 18 feet. It's also going way over into the easement. So this is literally why ZBA is here. Because you've got a hardship. He wants to build a simple fence, but there is nothing ordinance-wise, the new ordinance, that would allow him to be able to do this. So I made a couple notes. So the property, actually, here's one other side note that staff, we looked at this. You've got a 25-foot setback in the front. You have a 25-foot setback on the side, which actually lets you know if the builder wanted to build the house today, he could actually build it facing Sunset this way or this way, because anyway, it's odd and fun. The proposed fence would align with the rear corner of the residence. It would remain, the best we can tell, 15.5 to 21 feet from the curb. And it will not encroach the right-of-way. So for us as the staff, if we're going to recommend approval, that's what we're going to go off of, is it's out of the right-of-way and it's still on their property line. So the heavy black line is Mr. Jarbo's property. Outside of the property line, this is right-of-way, then it actually shows the curb and the cul-de-sac. So the red line would be his fence. The proposed fence would come off of the back corner, go towards the back, and then run the property line between them and lot 419. He was grateful enough to go ahead and kind of show a diagram of this is kind of what it would look like. So you've got below is the existing, and then this would be very similar to what it would look like. My understanding is he has discussed with the neighbor behind. So this property here, and they're also fine with that as well. And he gave a few examples of just homes that are in that area that they've got a similar setup, but none have what he has. This is what you would call the true hardship. You got an existing house that was built pre-ordinance. But he did, so here's from the cul-de-sac looking into his backyard, and then this is a rendition of what the fence would look like. Same as before, so notice of public hearing was distributed as required by Town of Trophy Club ordinance and state law. At the time of the agenda packet, publication. Staff has not received any letters in support or opposition. Staff does recommend approval. The applicant is here and is present to answer any questions, so after the public hearing is closed, he'd be happy to answer any questions. And that's all for the presentation.
Perfect. Thank you, thank you. Is there any,
Yes, sir. Randy White, resident at 1112 Sunset Drive, would like to speak regarding this agenda item number 3.
perfect. Mr. White, would you like to come up? Oh, sure. Please state your name and home address for the record.
Randy White, 1112 Sunset Drive. I'm right across the street. And it sounds like since it's recommended for approval, you don't really need me up here. But I just want to say that I seen the pictures. It looks good. I'm the neighbor across the street, and I support it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. White.
Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback.
We always have questions, and it's always good to get support from the neighborhood, that's for sure. Would the applicant like to make any comments? You're open to, if you would like, or you don't have to.
Begging an option?
What's that?
Is begging an option? I got lots of paperwork. Sounds like I don't.
So, any other people out there?
No.
No. Okay. The time is 6:16. I now close the public hearing. The floor is now open for discussion, board members.
Motion to approve?
I think it looks great.
Okay, yeah. And I appreciate the fact that you had the flag and when I went and visited the site, you had it outlined where it was going to be, so
I'm
that,
a retired software engineer, details are everything.
I appreciate it. Is the tree going to be affected by it at all? You're going to be, you can come up, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, the tree will go, it will go, as you see in the picture that he showed. Not much of a picture, but I'm not an artist, I'm
Yeah.
a programmer. But the tree will be on the
Yeah.
street side.
Yeah.
There's a tree and a little piece of monkey grass that it goes just inside. As a matter of fact, this is Travis, the neighbor behind me, who will get one of the sides of the fence, and Bill and Victoria, who live on the other side of me. And they're just visiting, I guess.
Well, appearance means that there seems a silent approval, I guess, or support. No questions?
No question.
No comments? Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this zoning?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, raise your hand. And we have another unanimous, it was originally a motion by Steve, seconded by Matt, or Greg, I'm sorry. Okay, congratulations, you have approved, we've approved yours, go have a good fence. All right, the next one, item number 2. Agenda item number 2 or 3, depending on how you want to look at it here, is ZBA 26-002, conduct a public hearing and consider action regarding a request by homeowner Brad Blankenship for variance to section 14.02.154, R10 Single Family District of the Town of Trophy Club zoning ordinance to allow an approximate 5-foot encroachment beyond the required front building setback line for a residential addition located at 6 Riviera Court, Trophy Club, Denton County, Texas, 76262. The time is 6:18 p.m. I now open the public hearing. Staff report will be again presented by Mr. Matt Cox, Director of Community Development. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. As you said, Mr. Blankenship is the property owner, 6 Riviera Court. This property is, we're just going through all the different zones. R10, single-family residential. The ordinance requires a minimum front yard setback of 25 feet. The proposed addition would extend approximately 5 feet beyond the existing build line in order to accommodate additional living space for mother-in-law suite, including a bedroom, full bathroom, and a small sitting TV area. Quick background. Brad, how far do we go back? 3 years? It's been a long time. He came up to the office one day, we chatted, and then I think a couple days later, I drove out to the property just to look. They were, thinking about, were we gonna go vertical? We're gonna go up in the back, we're gonna go off to the side and in the front, so we have talked through all of these different things, and I'd made a comment even in the staff report that multiple design configurations have been explored really for a long time. What he has come up with is adding to the front, and I think so we've got two really good slides here. So one, when you drive down the street towards his house, this is what you see. There is a lot of front yard, and again, when you go off of the ordinance with that 25-foot front build line, what makes this similar to the previous case is a very, very unique lot. In fact, I think we only have 2 others in all of Trophy Club that are like this, where you've got a lot of space in the front, and it's because of this. So you've got the original houses in all of this dark gray. This is the front setback. And again, because of the cul-de-sac and that curve that has to follow that, then when you turn to go down Riviera, it straightens out and goes. And then if you had an overview, like from Google Maps, you would see, his neighbor's house and the next one's down. If you're looking on top, you can see how now they start, going across that 25-foot line. So again, this last go-around, probably 4 or 5 months ago when he submitted plans, they were full architectural plans, so we could almost do a full plan review off of the set that he gave us. So the request is to encroach this front setback, which is the 25-foot. I will make note, we have gotten, over the years, you'll get a request or a variance request, and they're just blowing way over. They're going 5, 8, 10 feet or whatever. And what you will notice here is the architect designed this to basically come right to the edge of this 25-foot corner. It does extend out, but then went ahead and brought it back in to that 25-foot line and then extended out. So there was thought, behind knowing that we're going to come to the ZBA for encroaching this build line, but there was some thought behind that as well.
A lot of iterations.
There was a lot. I think at this point, presentation-wise, we'll go with just questions. So I'm just going to go through my normal spiel. He is going to be adding about 725 square feet to the property, and notice of public hearing was distributed as required by zoning ordinance and state law. At the time of the agenda packet publication, staff had not received any letters in support or opposition. Staff does recommend approval. The applicant is present, so after the public hearing is closed, myself and Mr. Blankenship are happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Perfect. Okay, the time is 6:23 p.m., and I now close the public hearing. The floor is open for discussion. So, questions, comments? Anybody?
This is easy.
I don't have any.
I'll motion to approve.
Well, I just want to make one comment. We drove it. I think it looks beautiful. I think there's, plenty of plants and when you look at your neighbors, while their building hasn't gone beyond, they're definitely, have structure and format to it. So it's not like you're going to be putting a structure that's going to be, casting a shadow over the neighborhood. I think it's in keeping with the neighborhood very much so. That's my comment.
Yeah, I looked at the plans. It actually looks really good.
Yeah.
Is there going to be enough space to extend the poker area? That's my question.
I had that in mind. We factored that in, you
Perfect. That was not considered a bribe. Is there a motion to approve case ZBA 26-2?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Okay, did you get that?
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor, raise your hands. And all opposed. It's approved. Congratulations. The plans look great. Long 3 years, but now you get 3 years of construction. No, so that is our night. Gotta find my, at the end. Okay. Agenda number 4 is to consider approval of the November 6th.
Last time we met.
Wow.
That's the last official meeting.
How many people were here for November 6th? Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Steve, you got to be the.
Motion to approve.
And can I second it since were you here, Dan?
I was there. I'll
Okay.
second it.
Yeah, okay, perfect. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Or raise your hand. The motion carries. The ZBA minutes are approved. I'll sign it. With no further business on the agenda, it is now 6:25, and I call this meeting to adjournment. Mission accomplished. I got it under 30 minutes.